Hey guys, welcome to the newest episode of Podbest. Today we're gonna talk about the newest film by British filmmaker Danny Boyle. It's one of those examples in which the romantic aspect is built with such tenderness that we find ourselves rooting intensely for the obvious, in fact, to come to pass. The protagonist is Jack. He makes Petal, a typical aspirant successful musician dealing with a job that doesn't make him happy and comforted by the indifference of the audience. His best friend and manager Ellie, Lily James, has encouraged him from an early age, intermittently trying to keep from getting discouraged every time someone shows little appreciation for his work. From his brief description, it is already possible to predict that, in the end, imponderable situations aside, what will substantially matter is the journey. Somehow bumpy until they supposedly discover themselves in love and yearn for a shared life. However, access the romantic comedy canon is done with a lot of style, valuing something that is not so simple to achieve.
However, access to the romantic comedy canon is done with a lot of style, valuing something that is not so simple to achieve. Yes, because captivating the viewer, especially with a story of recognizable proportions, is not an easy task for Danny Boyle, who already showed a penchant for the wild romance in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire 2008 launches in Yesterday Again until sometimes beaten, sometimes wumpy terrain of celebrating romanticism that is likely out of fashion in contemporary times. And he does so by underlying the humanity of parts of this unusual plot that involves the info-to-Mabel episode capable of erasing the Beatles from the memory of part of the world. Apparently only Jack remembers John, Ringo, Paul and George, as well as the inestimable fortune that the quartet bequeathed to humanity, without a penny in his pocket, with little prospect of improvement. What would he do but take advantage of the remnants of knowledge he preserves to finally be someone in life? The director succeeded exactly by building paths that seem totally inevitable.
There are a couple of elements in Yesterday that could be better used. One of them is the difficulty of being successful even with the legacy of the Beatles in hand. There are constant no's that prevent immediate decision. Cell phones, parallel conversations, distracting constantly, current events, were not so quickly overcome. This obstacle could offer a curious perspective on the present, often hostile towards duly recognizing the past. The other race concerns the limits that Jack will be willing to beyond to adapt it to the aggressive music market. This arises when Ed Sheeran, playing himself with a detachment from reality, suggests changing an essential word from one of the famous four hits. Fortunately, Boyle does not elaborate on both possibilities, leaving them only a with footnotes. Others erased in the wake of the band's disappearance are well arranged within the common themes of the film, mainly the priceless lack of the knowledge about Oasis.
However, Western benefits from the Britons' agile direction. The way weightless the romantic moments, balancing loads of the idealization with notes that relate to reality. The cast is great, especially the couple played by Women's Petal and Lily James. The Pillar's love story. Ellie called nuance, and she contributed to virtual, dedicated, and determined on. Despite the shortcomings, Danny Boyle's couture film overflows with admiration for the Beatles. See the way it pays homage to group ostenting contribution. The presence of two people who appear as virtual, that true protagonist perfect role sets the tone for this adoration. The Business Woman, embodied by Kate McKinnon, whose exaggerated sincerity points to ruins of the entertainment industry, as well as the bizarre marketing. Meeting are elements opposed by simplicity for the descendants of Indians who aspires to be someone and the creative teacher personality do. This film is very interesting, but light explanatory. It's not perfect, but very convincing. The main actor manages to convey in a very good way emotions that the film convincing. The film shows the stress can be music industry, as well as re-exploring the acts of the character. Things that songs weren't his. He's the character really shows that like to be very stressed with situations of a superstar today.
This was another episode of Podbest. Thanks for watching and wait for the next. Bye!